Japan is a fascinating place. For one of the most populated cities in the world, Tokyo ticks along like an expensive watch. And when it comes to efficiency, it doesn't get better than their Shinkansen, or bullet train. Travelling up to 300 kilometres an hour, I'm heading 4 hours west of Tokyo to Okayama, where, at the Kurokuen Gardens, the way of the tea has been going on for centuries. But there's no tea at Okayama's other ceremony. Right, let me explain. At the nearby Sadiji Temple, crowds are gathering because tonight, more than 9,000 men wearing fondoshi will gather for the annual Hadaka Matsuri, or Naked Man Festival, a festival held in a number of locations around Japan.
Now, it may not seem like it, but there is a point behind this. The point of the Naked Man Festival is to try to achieve good luck by catching these sticks thrown by the Buddhist monks. If you can catch them, a year of good times is promised.
But let's rewind. I've been invited to join a team from a local electric company, and part of the team bonding ritual includes the fondoshi wedgie.
Do you ever get the feeling they're preparing a sacrifice, and that sacrifice is a tall blonde Australian? Okay? No. That's where things are about to get very interesting. Why is everyone making that sound? Oh no!
The tight fondoshi, well, it makes sense because you don't really want them coming off during the chaos later, but I'm pretty sure the next part of the ritual, it's just boys being boys. Well, if you can't beat them, join them. As a foreigner, if you really commit to joining in and being part of the team, you are honestly welcomed like a brother. It is surreal. Me, a lot of naked Japanese men, and my mentor, Mr. Kudo.
Mr. Kudo, you may have noticed I'm not from around here.
Yeah. Family. Asahi Dengyo family.
This is family. We are family. All right, we look after each other.
Washoi.
Washoi is a call to action, sort of like our Aussie.
I told you, we're family.
With the wedgies and whacking out of the way, a lot of sake and beer consumed, my brothers and I are ready for the main event, the running of the Naked Man.
Forget tea, kimonos and sushi. This is the flip side to traditional Japan.
It's just after nightfall in the Japanese city of Okayama, where the annual Naked Man Festival is just about to kick off. My adopted team, a local electric company, are just some of the 9,000 braving the cold to prepare for a 300-metre dash to the Buddhist Sadiji Temple, where this all started over 500 years ago. Our end game is to have our spirits purified and to catch a sacred shingi stick for good luck.
It is currently -3 degrees. You cannot get any colder.
I've known these men for one afternoon, but running through the streets arm in arm, we could be brothers.
The best way I can explain this is male bonding meets spiritual experience meets the craziest festival Japan has to offer.
The ritual of running and calling has a profound effect where you and 9,000 others are just mesmerised in the moment.
I don't know too much Japanese, but right now, washoi is the only word you need to know. Washoi! 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 I'll see you later.
The crowds lining the roadside also form part of the experience, with some getting more involved than others. Even though it's midwinter, they spray cold water to cleanse the spirit and cool the frenzied mob. After the sub-zero run through the streets, we hit the icy cold temple fountain where your spirit isn't the only thing to get purified.
It's so cold! Somehow, if you keep on making noise, you feel warmer.
We're now closing in on the temple where the crowds have gathered to greet the runners. Our headbands are removed. It was here 500 years ago that the Naked Man Festival first started, when locals gathered to receive lucky talisman thrown by priests. Suddenly, it's like we are rock stars.
I don't know why. It seems naked man runners have groupies.
You can taste the anticipation as 9,000 men crowd into the temple to catch the lucky shingy stick.
Oh yeah, we're going in here now.
The catcher receives a year's worth of good fortune and a prize. Inside, it's like the world's biggest and noisiest mosh pit. Those in the middle hold up their arms to avoid disappearing beneath the heaving crowd. It may look like Dante's Inferno, but the energy in here is both hypnotic and electric. And that steam is pure body heat. The noise and feeling is unbelievable. It's as much about survival as it is shingy. We move as one. Above us in the temple, the shingy is being blessed by the Buddhist priests. At 10 p.m. sharp, the lights go out and the sticks are dropped. It's absolute mayhem and the crush is unbelievable. Lots of sticks are dropped, but only one, the sacred shingy, brings a year of good luck. Getting the lucky stick is one thing, holding on to it is another. Amazingly, I've just touched the sacred shingy.
So he's got it in here. He's got it in here.
I'm not sure whether my spirit has been purified, but I can honestly say that it is one of the most powerful and peculiar experiences of my life. And just as I'm thinking how fortunate I am to be here, someone has managed to exit the temple with the sacred shingy. And it's all over.
Oh. So, I didn't catch the shingy, but I did touch it, so maybe instead of a year's worth of good luck, I get a week. I can handle that, but I think this whole festival, it sums up Japan. So many serious traditions on one hand, but such amazingly fun madness on the other. And yes, I've become the naked man. Udon?
There's good surfing around here. Meet Paris.
You believe that kisses at the airport, everyone seems to do that, so that's sort of appropriate. You can see something on the collar. Aussies love their holidays as much as they love their dogs. So you're going to combine the two. You and your new best friend are off to Byron Bay, perhaps the best doggy holiday destination in Australia.
These days, it's not unusual for families to want to take their beloved pets with them on holidays.
You're not driving, you know that.
Admittedly, Paris and I have only just met, but we're going to put Byron to the doggy holiday test.
All right, this is Paris's accommodation of choice. It's quite clear that if a dog could choose a holiday house, they'd choose this one with all the beds and the sofas and all the things they want to do but can't do because they have humans around.
And suddenly, my weekend for two has become a weekend for five.
That's all right. Do you want to give me a hand here? Would you like to walk some of them with me? That horse, it's a big horse, isn't it? If you want one, you're more than welcome to. I've certainly heard that Byron is very dog-friendly, but when it comes to getting a meal, is there a place around here that will give us a table for five?
Thankfully, there is.
Mine doesn't come in a plastic container.
No, not a plastic container for you.
Good.
Although Buster seems to have an appetite for something else.
You'll be kicked out for that. Dogs, you can't, you really can't do that here. I haven't read the rules for this restaurant, but I'm pretty sure you can't do that.
One thing dogs can do here is hit the surf. There are 5 no-leash beaches in Byron Bay. Perfect. Except when an unexpected storm blows in. So the dogs and I have decided to call it a day. Next day's no better, I'm afraid. So, like many holiday parents, I need a rainy day alternative.
Hi, Chris. We're here for your Doga class.
Doga.
Doga.
Dog yoga, right?
Dog yoga, yes.
Excellent.
Well, this is Byron Bay after all.
We offer a range of services. Basically, we personalise the care for your pets.
So the theory is that while we strengthen the bods, the dogs strengthen the bonds of friendship, apparently.
It's called the dog door, this position. Yep, she's all right like that, however she wants to lie.
Yep.
And it's a really good stretch out for you. Just stretch as far as you can. And basically, if Paris is...
What exactly is that Doga position?
I'm not sure. I think it looks like a crouching dog position.
The thing about driving the outback is, if you're an animal lover like me, the closest you get to seeing true Australian wildlife is usually on the side of the road. But I reckon we can do better than that. I'm on a property called Aqaba, which is a massive old sheep station, but there'll be no mustering. I'm not going to get on a horse. In fact, I left the cowboy hat at home. You see, I'm here to take a walk on the wild side.
Aqaba Station is in South Australia. It's about 5 hours drive north of Adelaide.
Must be Brendan.
Yeah, Chris, nice to meet you, mate.
Today, it's all about experiencing the outback and what it has to offer.
Very much so. It's a beautiful piece of land. And on a good day, you can see anything. Echidnas mating, common wallaroos, western grey kangaroos, your reds, emus, a tremendous amount of bird life. So we'll grab our packs, get our boots on.
Aqaba Station lies in the shadow of the spectacular Flinders Ranges.
It's quite easy to get distracted by these ranges you have around you.
It makes it feel very small.
It does.
And for you to feel small, I reckon that's something, yeah.
But it's the station's conservation work that's brought us all here today.
So that's the trap right there.
That's one of the ones we've put out to try and target a cat.
Feral cats kill as many as 2 million native animals each day in Australia.
He'd walk in here, be attracted by the thing that's in there, which you don't need to know about, trust me. Let's just say there's something tasty for a cat. And he just walks in and then...
So he's in there, nice shady spot, overnight. We're here first thing in the morning, pick him up and get him out. One more cat gone.
Next stop is Monique's Gully.
There's always a good chance of running into usually western grey kangaroos or common wallaroos.
But not today, it seems. So while the others stop for morning tea, I'm going solo and taking matters into my own hands.
Now, I've heard if you do want to attract emus, you have to give them something to draw them to you, otherwise, why bother? A warning, it looks a little bit stupid, okay? And by flailing your legs around, don't laugh, by flailing your legs around, they think, oh, what's going on over there? Is that an emu in trouble? They come over and have a look. I also said you can wave a hat around. If it doesn't work, look like an idiot, but get good abs. Yep. Let's get back to the group, shall we?
You'd think a sheep station would be flat, right? Well, you'd be wrong.
How high do you reckon we've come up?
Oh, I reckon probably 250, maybe 300 metres we can come up. Yep.
You really need your hiking legs, but Brendan's assured me that he's going to be worth it once we get over the top here. The view is meant to be 360 degrees, and last one at the top, buy for beers. Tonight. Oh, you know, the shortcut. Look at this. That is just an extraordinary mountain range. And you go right around to see where we've come from, and just everywhere you look at these incredibly steep escarpments.
So looking back over the area we come from, Wilpena Pound, and then coming through onto Arcapa with all that ahead of us. The Elder Range, nice and high.
High?
High it is.
I think it's high, don't get me wrong. I feel like I want to go higher.
And to do that, Brendan and I have hitched a ride with a local charter operator.
Oh, only once you actually get up on top of nature you realise just how vast this whole property is. And we've been in amongst it, which is something, but up here, you can just see for miles.
That's the very highest point, Mount Alec.
Wilpena Pound is one of Arcapa Station's natural borders. And from up here, I've got to tell you, it's one of Australia's most breathtaking sights.
Come up quite high now to get a really good perspective on Wilpena Pound. And it's almost like a block of caramel ice cream. Someone's got in there with a scoop and really taken a big chunk out of the middle. It's in a ridiculous formation, but when you see from up here, you see why it is such a special part of Australia.
An hour's flying time barely scratches the surface of this extraordinary natural phenomenon. But the meter's ticking, and Brendan has to get us all to our campsite.
Feet up nice and warm around the fire. We get you guys in a nice hot shower.
Beautiful. You know, even though we may not have seen too many animals on the walk today, sitting here with a glass of wine in hand in front of an open fire and looking at the sun setting across these hills here, this isn't how you imagine the outback will be, but at the same time, you've got to like it.
In this episode of Travels with the Bondi Vet, Chris finds an animal paradise in a most unlikely place.
You can see how thirsty she is, and we're having a bit of a tug-of-war over this bottle of water. Fingers aren't on the menu.
Takes on a photography challenge on Australia's largest sand island.
Time to get a bit artistic with a book, some blue tack, and some sunnies.
Visits a city with a need for speed.
My heart rate is 135.
And finds out how to holiday for free in the Australian tropics.
Pretty amazing that apparently the water in there is 23 degrees in the middle of winter, so...
When it comes to Abu Dhabi, you tend to think of a city with its flash hotels, fast cars, and amazing shopping. You probably don't think wildlife. After all, how could anything survive out here? But I'll sniff out animals anywhere. Abu Dhabi is in the United Arab Emirates, but I'm heading for a tiny island 25 minutes flying time away called Subani Yas. Yeah, it's home to this place, the Anantara Desert Islands Resort. It's got all the creature comforts, but also plenty of creatures. It's part of the wildlife reserve next door, and I'm going on safari.
What's amazing for me is you come out of the desert, which is seemingly so flat, so arid, so barren and lifeless. You come out here and it's bursting with life. You have so many of these gazelles, but more importantly, these oryx up here, which have been critically endangered, almost to the point of extinction. And out here, they're thriving.
And it was the very real possibility of the oryx becoming extinct that prompted the founder of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Al Zayed, to establish this Noah's Ark for Arabian animals in 1975.
We originally started with 20 Arabian oryx here on the island. We've now got one of the largest herds in the world. We've got between 750 and 850, so they've bred really, really well.
They may have been bred well, but these two males aren't exactly well bred. Blokes will be blokes, and if they're left together, my wrestling partner Marius thinks one would end up dead.
Yeah.
The challenge? Making sure one of us doesn't end up the same way, courtesy of those razor-sharp horns.
That side, I'll take this side. Yep. Walk him into that corner.
Yep.
We need to get this old buck into solitary.
Right?
We turn around.
Yeah.
And get his horns to the door.
Yeah.
Thanks,
You
mate.
right?
Your
That's
first
right.
capture, Mr. Bonias.
I wasn't expecting that.
But the oryx and gazelle don't have the island to themselves. In order for natural selection to work, they need predators.
What not a lot of people realise is that the cheetah was actually native to this part of the world. The Arabian cheetah actually became extinct in the early 70s, but this subspecies, this northern subspecies, is considered to be very similar or the same. And they've actually been so successful in being free roaming, living here, they've actually been breeding as well, which is really something.
This is Abu Dhabi's version of an African safari, with some new faces.
Livingstone eland. They are the second largest type of eland in the world, and an eland is the largest antelope in the world.
On an island where every bit of water is pumped from the mainland, you take it where you can get it.
Look at you go. You're thirsty thing. Well, no, you're doing it all... OK, I've got to get higher. Go on.
She'll go for your camera.
You can see how thirsty she is, and we're having a bit of a tug-of-war over this bottle of water. Fingers aren't on the menu. No, just water here. There you go.
So we've seen Sir Barney Yass's version of the Big Five, but it seems there's a sixth.
Just up here on the left, look.
Oh, yeah. A very long set of legs. 10, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. That's a lot. I'm sure I'm not alone in liking to combine animals with my holiday experience, but I can safely say I've never, ever seen it done quite like this before. You know, nowadays it seems like it's just as important to have your photos liked on Instagram or Facebook as it is for you to like the holiday itself. Hashtag just saying. So I'm going to equip you with all the tips you need to take likeable pics. I'm just going to need a bit of a hand.
Today I'm on the beautiful Fraser Island, which is a 3.5-hour drive north of Brisbane and a quick ferry ride from Hervey Bay. This island is known for its sandy beaches, pristine lakes and spectacular rainforests. Local photographer Peter Meyer has shot every inch of this island, and he's just the man to take me up on a challenge.
How about you and I go right around the island,
Yep.
get our best 4 shots.
All right. What, using these?
And that's the catch.
Well, that's a challenge.
Yeah. No fancy SLRs, just point and shoot cameras like all the tourists use.
All right. No worries.
You in?
I'm in. Yeah.
With our little cameras in hand, we'll go separate ways to see whether the pro or the vet can snap the best selfie, artsy, wildlife and landscape shots. And given Fraser is the world's largest sand island, my landscape shot, well, it's all about the dunes.
This is obviously a fantastic shot, but if it has a fault, it's almost too much for the camera to take in. What it needs is a foreground, and that's where this log here is going to be perfect. You need to use a thing called the rule of thirds. You get the grid up on the camera and actually put that right where the grid lines intersect. That way, it's a cool placement, makes it interesting in the front and interesting at the back. Oh yeah, that's our shot.
Ah, not a bad start. Peter's opted to shoot in the rainforest, but like my dunes photo, he's going to focus on one thing for the best result.
In this case, I'm going to use this giant tree, which is called a Saturday tree, and it'll make a good theme for the photograph of the rainforest.
Yeah, you can see why he's a pro.
Yeah, a lot of people love a selfie, but in my opinion, everyone gets the selfie wrong. They stand there like this and just take it, forgetting the background. Lie down on something. It's the perfect shot.
And on Fraser, you can pull out all the poses on these fantastic crab patterns. Peter reckons he can top that pouting at Lake Wabi on one of Fraser's 36 sand dunes, and he's going for gold with the camera's self-timer.
So all of these little cameras have come with a little timer. It's a picture of a clock. So I'll put it on 10-second timer, and then they have a continuous mode where you press the button once, but it'll take 5 or 6 photographs in a row. I'm hoping to get an action shot, and then hopefully it'll get me in flight or doing something, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Cracker. Flying Pete probably tops my selfie. We've still got our wildlife and artistic efforts to go, and a 4-wheel drive down 75 Mile Beach delivers the perfect picture.
All right, it's time to get a bit artistic with a book, some blue tack, and some sunnies. It all works, trust me. So I'm gonna put the camera onto a night setting. By using the blue tack and the book, you actually keep the camera still. It's obviously not dark enough to be night, but you can fool the camera into thinking it is dark by putting the old sunglasses in front of it. So all of a sudden, the camera wants to use a long exposure time. When the water comes rushing through those little holes there, it blurs and you get this amazing artistic effect. Got it.
Eh? Not bad. Now, while I was thinking big, Peter's thinking small.
I really love this pattern here of the sand, so I think I might just concentrate on that and try and get a little pattern shot, a little artistic one.
Oh, he's good. Time to pull out the big guns.
So we're after a wildlife shot, and funnily enough, we've got a dingo just coming through here now. The key with any wildlife shot is you've got to have a really fast shutter speed, because animals move. You don't want the shot to be blurry. So put your camera onto the sport setting. Yeah, you've got to be still, yeah, you've got to be patient, but with just 150 to 200 dingoes over an island, 120 kilometres long, it also helps if you're lucky. And today we are very lucky.
Yep, top that one, Pete.
We're on the beach at the front of Kingfish Bay Resort, which is where I live, and at low tide you can find little critters like these guys. These are called soldier crabs, and they're very good to practice sort of your macro setting, which is the little flower symbol on the camera, so you just put it on that. If you can get them to hold still, you can go really close and get their facial expression.
I thought I had him with the dingo, but yeah, that crab is impressive.
Hey, little guy.
Check him out.
So he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's not a competition.
This is true.
I mean, you're a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a winner. He's a winner. This dingo, though.
Yeah.
That is a serious winner.
True.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best ways to get a feel for somewhere is to just have a wander around. And wandering around Canberra, I'm struck by its lovely buildings, its lovely institutions, its lovely parks, and its lovely lakes. which leads me to one inescapable conclusion.
Canberra really is lovely.
And given my mission, that's a bit of a problem. Because all this does very little for one of these.
I'm wearing a heart rate monitor that's telling me at the moment I'm doing around 75 beats a minute. Relaxed, just like the nation's capital. But is there anything in this town that's capable of doubling it? Literally getting my heart racing.
So I'm heading north to get my feet off the ground.
It's about half an hour outside of Canberra, standing on the Great Dividing Range overlooking Lake George here and about to jump off the edge. Oh, yeah.
I'm taken to the skies in a tandem paraglider.
That was a really great feeling, just all of a sudden just being pulled by the sky. It's like the sky wants you.
Look, I know this is supposed to be a solo mission in search of excitement.
It's pure paradise. Yeah, it's beautiful.
But there's a very good reason I'm not alone. You see, I've never done this before, and gravity being what it is, if I tried doing this solo, I'd probably end up with no heartbeat.
That is just a beautiful experience. It's not so much the adrenaline, it's just this overwhelming sense of awe over what you're seeing, what you're experiencing.
Paragliding gets a big tick from me.
And we're down.
As for the heart rate monitor, just 120 beats per minute. Time to put the old ticker into overdrive.
This is Wakefield Park Raceway, which is just outside of Canberra. Now, you can come along here, hop in a racing car, and not just experience a hot lap with another driver. You are actually driving the hot lap. Even if you've never driven a race car before, they put you in charge. Scary thought.
I know, I'm back in the passenger seat again while Derek from Fifth Gear Motoring does all the fancy stuff. But let's face it, you don't get behind the wheel of a 400 horsepower twin-turbo muscle car nicknamed Godzilla if you don't know what you're doing first.
Well, you can drive, which is reassuring.
In no time at all, Derek seems to think I do know what I'm doing, so my heart rate monitor and I are about to go mano a mano with Godzilla. If I can just get in, that is. Gentlemen, monsters, start your engines.
It's going to be interesting. Stall it. That's it. That's amazing.
Heart rate, low. Embarrassment factor, off the chart. Not a great start.
So I'm already at 130 beats a minute. 140 beats a minute, wow. 150 beats a minute, wow. That's bad driving. Oh, mid-160s, I think you know why. The heart's always anticipating that corner. Oh. Okay, let's get some speed. Take that, Canberra! That was fun. A lot of fun.
So, checking the scorecard, tandem parasailing, 120 beats per minute. Solo hot lap, 165 beats per minute. Mission accomplished. Or is it? There's only one thing more fun than getting wild on 4 wheels. That's getting wilder on 8 wheels. Octane Canberra thrill is this.
Roller derby?
I've been watching it, trying to work out whether it's really serious or really fun.
It is really serious and really fun
really?
At the same time.
First, I need 2 things. Protective gear. lots of protective gear
Hey, Chris.
and a roller derby name.
Vendetta. And your very own derby t-shirt.
Then I throw caution to the wind, my dignity aside,
There we go.
and my body on the mercy of these wild women.
So just get into a squat.
Like you're sitting on a toilet.
Dodgy toilet, dodgy toilet.
Well, there's nothing like squatting to get your heart rate going, is there?
When I was about 10, the cool thing to do was to go to the local roller skating rink. Only if you weren't good at skating, you hugged the outside and held onto the handrailing. There's no handrailing here.
Okay, I am the handrail.
Interesting proposal, but strangely, not my biggest priority.
I'm not coordinated enough to look up at you all right now, but I know what you're doing, and it's laughing, and I don't appreciate it.
Funny, both my feet are on the ground, unlike paragliding. I'm crawling along, unlike the hot lap.
Bend your knees more.
And yet...
Oh, my heart rate is 135. I was doing 190 kilometres an hour around a racetrack out of control, and it was 120. My heart rate's 150. It's been good and all, but... Whoa! 163 beats a minute now.
According to the hand-railing maidens, roller derby is the fastest growing women's sport in the world. And I'm living proof of why it's not the fastest growing men's sport.
Who would have thought, huh? Canberra. You've done it to me. I didn't think you would, but you've pushed me to the edge.
To be honest, I'm a bit nervous. I've never really done this before. It's like leaping into the unknown. They said they'd meet me at the rocks overlooking the water, which sounds really romantic. I think that's them. Hi.
Oh, hi.
How you going?
Good.
Are you the guys that I'm doing this with?
My husband's asking me to do it for about 6 years with another couple maybe, but we haven't done it yet.
Yeah, we haven't done it together yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just...
So we'll be right.
Just,
new for us.
Yeah, it's nice. That's really sweet.
Got your attention, didn't I? Okay, I'll come clean. This group date starts at Airlie Beach, where we'll be sailing around Queensland's gorgeous tropical Whitsunday Islands.
How are you?
Good. Chris, yourself?
All right, we're here for the adventure.
Thanks to a website called Find a Crew, Rod and Heather have got 4 novices to do all the hard work.
We've mastered our first task.
And we get a free holiday. Crewing websites have thousands of trips listed by boat owners around the world. Just get online, pick a trip, then arrange where you jump on board and how long you go for.
Most cruising people like ourselves, we're on a budget. We like the idea of being able to take somebody else and enjoy the adventure with us. We expect them to be contributing towards the cost of at least the food and maybe a bit of fuel. We're talking maybe 20, 30 bucks a day.
Sweet.
Listen, guys, we're going to put the mainsail up and we'll get you to hoist it.
The hoisting thing?
Yep. How? The rope that you use to pull up the mainsail, right? The mainsail's the big one at the back.
Yeah.
Now, it's not called a rope, it's called a sheet.
Right. The thing that looks like a sheet is a sail, and the thing that is a sheet is a rope.
Don't confuse me, right? That's the main sail rope. So you can pull it now.
Seems easy enough. Let's get sailing.
Back, yep. Another 125 feet to go, mate.
You know what they say? Behind every man is a powerful woman.
Let me finish that off for you.
Oh, I'm fine.
All work and no play makes Chris a dull sailor, so we've stopped at Pinnacle Bay off Hook Island. It's a great snorkelling and diving spot.
Pretty amazing that apparently the water in there is 23 degrees in the middle of winter, so after all the hard work's done, it's time for some hardcore snorkeling.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Everyone's obviously had a good day. So much fun, in fact, has been had that they've left me in charge. They've all gone to bed. I'm just not sure, though, whether being skipper at night is a promotion or punishment. When this hat's involved, though, I say promotion.